and YouTube didn't like the fact that the daughter was in my video. Um, so basically in the video it's just me snoring, her watching cartoons, and so I'm back now. I just had a really good workout. So my goal right now, I stopped doing strength training for a while. Although I think that what I'm doing is gonna give me some strength, but what I'm trying to do is lose some weight, right? Just lose some weight, baby, you know? And so today's workout, I didn't finish the workout. I probably need to wake up a little bit earlier. I meant to wake up at 4, but just couldn't make it happen. But basically, this was the workout. It included, I would say, jump roping. 3 minutes of jump roping, right? It was supposed to be 10 minutes straight, but I kind of broke it up. 3 minutes of shadow, right? Focusing on movement, focusing on different things. I would say my feet, my stance. And then I did sprint for 20 seconds, right? So I did that. When I first started my first set of jump roping, my knees were in so much pain, probably because I wasn't warmed up. You know, I'm thinking that's what it was. So I did 3 sets of that. So there was 3 rounds of jump rope, 3 rounds of shadow boxing, 3 rounds of 20-second sprints. The second set of shadow boxing, I just did a 1-2, basically a jab and a right or left cross, depending on what stance I was in. And yeah, man, I worked at different angles of throwing the jab. And then I did my sprints, right? And now I gotta get home, gotta walk the dog, shave my face, get my work tools together because we're going to a new location, right? So yeah, man, it was a good workout. I felt it, but I still missed out on 2 sets because I need to just wake up earlier. But other than that, you know, like still, you know, working on my marriage. My marriage, you know, it's been not the best state, but still trying to work on my marriage. Still being asked the tough questions from the brothers in church, difficult questions. You know, I lost my baby sister recently. That was really hard, and you know, sometimes you think you wash that away with the bottle. But I mean, you can't really. You know, things will get worse. There's been times I've been so numb though that alcohol had helped me to grieve when I needed to grieve. But you know, you don't want to get addicted to any of that stuff, right? You don't want to have a dependency. Like, I don't want to depend on alcohol. I don't, you know. I want to be dependent on God, right? And I think that there's a verse, you know, that says, like, sanctify God in your heart. Sanctify Christ as Lord in your heart. And then give a reason for everything that's within, you know, for the hope that's within you. Being ready to give a defense for the hope that's within us, right? The confidence. And if you're battling with alcohol and you're battling with addiction of any type, you know, it makes it harder for you to, yeah, you're not really sanctifying God as Lord, so you can preach all you want. Doesn't mean that, you know, you're going to, your stuff is probably going to fall on deaf ears, man. It's probably going to have no power to it, no anointing. I mean, God can use anything for His glory, but, you know what I'm saying? So just want to say, man, just checking back in for me, pray for your boy. Pray that I won't depend on vices and that I would just sanctify Christ as Lord in my heart. I've been learning a lot about some cool things, man. The life permitting constants, you know, electric magnetic force, nuclear force, gravity, what do you call it? The massive amount of particles in the world, you know, like, and just learning, you know, a lot of cool things about that, man. I made a video recently about that, but just, you know, God being the fine tuner of the universe, right? And so, you know, or a lot of atheists will say, well, there's no fine tuner. You just have a multiverse system with, you know, millions of galaxies that have no life form, but because we're observing, we're necessarily, you know, observing life here on Earth, you know, with permitting constants, you know, it's just one of probably a million of other universes, right, that have different life permitting constants. And so I've been kind of learning about that. It's pretty exciting. Like, one of the things that I learned is, like, if you, let's say you put yourself on a pole, you tied yourself to a pole, and you had 100 Marine Corps marksmen that could really shoot really well, right? And they're like within 20 feet of you, right? And they all shoot at you, all 100 of them, and they all miss. You're probably gonna how are you gonna reply? You're probably gonna say, well, someone that respond like this: dang, something extraordinary just happened, something amazing just happened. What was that just happened? And there's got to be an explanation for it, right? And so the same thing with the fine-tuning argument, right? You know, Christians believe that, you know, the Christian faith has the most answers for why the universe is, you know, the way it is, right? There's small ranges of, you know, gravity's, you know, is within a small range, and if something was to happen, gravity was to either go higher or lower, universes would be destroyed, collapse on themselves, or wouldn't be able to expand, stars and the universe. So it's like, if electromagnetic forces, if one thing was, you know, not aligned, and who holds that all together? And the Christian would say that God does, right? So God has all in his hand, and he sits on the throne. His purpose is unthwartable. If you like that, make sure you subscribe, like, share. Love y'all. Peace. I gotta go walk my dog. Peace.